Who conquered Mexico and defeated the Aztecs? The answer is me, Hernando Cortes. I was born in 1485 in Medellin, a town in Spain. I was neither rich or poor. My father was a former cavalry officer, and my mother was a very devout Catholic. In 1492, when I was 7 years old, Spanish armies drove the Moors out of Spain. Spain and Portugal completed to be the first to plunder the riches of the new lands and plant colonies to develop trades, to convert the natives that lived there into the Christianity. In 1504, when I was 19 years old, I boarded a supply ship to travel to the new Spanish settlements. It was the island called of Hispaniola. It was a long, difficult trip. There was heavy storms, big waves that kept my crew and I off track, and our food was getting low. On the way, we saw a dove fly past us, so we followed it. Next thing we knew, we were in Hispaniola. We parked our ships, and we searched for gold and riches. We found little gold and no riches. We decided to settle there for a while. I became a sugar planter for about 7 years. In 1511, we sailed with a new wealthy landlord. His name was Diego Velázquez, on an expedition to conquer the island of Cuba. The invasion was a success. Diego Velázquez made governor of Cuba, and I was given land and slaves. I married a young Spanish woman named Catalina Exuerez, a relative of Velázquez. I got in trouble. I was suspected of plotting to overthrow Velázquez, so I got thrown in jail. I hoped to be given permission to explore and conquer when I was free to go from jail. Velázquez chose me to lead a second expedition to Yucatan. I spent much money for supplies, ships, and crew. But Velázquez started regretting his choices of leaders, and he decided to relieve me from command. I simply ignored Velázquez's orders because it was my dream to lead an expedition, and I don't want to put my dream to a halt. In 1519, I sailed to Yucatan. When we arrived, we met friendly people. We did not find any gold or riches, so we sailed on to the next near town of Tabasco. Their people were not friendly. Like the people in Yucatan. So there was a brutal war against the Tabascans and I. We had more power because we had guns and metal armor. The Tabascans only had shields and spears. While later, the Tabascans surrendered and we won. The Tabascans gave me 20 native women to translate the Aztecs, and we headed to the Aztecs. On the way, we discovered a large stone that marked the boundaries of Tlaxcala. The Tlaxcala were fierce warriors who hated the Aztecs and managed to remain independent. Finally, we found the Aztecs. I don't know why, but they thought I was a god that they expected to come. But they gave me lots of gold. I wanted more and more. After a while, a couple of days, I found out they did human sacrifice. I tried to stop them, but they didn't listen. They just ignored me. They finally figured out that I wasn't a god, so there was a big war, bigger than the Tabascan War. The Aztecs were powerful, but not powerful enough. The Aztecs surrendered, and we won. I made them destroy the temple brick by brick, and then I made them build what is now called New Spain. I took all the Aztec gold and sailed back to Spain.
On December 2nd, 1547, at the age of 62, he died of old age in the town near Seville, Spain. The memories of Hernando Cortes will be remembered forever.